Te reo ererangi o te mānia. This episode was produced in Otatahi by Plains Media, with support from New Zealand On Air.
Kia ora, haere mai. Welcome to Emergence News. My name is Nigel and I'll introduce the other three members in the studio in a moment. On this program, we discuss and provide commentary on the increasingly obvious emergence of Maitreya, the Christ, the fifth Buddha, the next world teacher for planet Earth over the next 2,500 years. As British writer and filmmaker Graham Peebles wrote recently, so perhaps before Maitreya emerges, our civilization must collapse. This total collapse, this total chaos was always going to happen. Many people ask, why is it taking Maitreya so long to openly declare himself? And the answer could be this. His arrival will be, for many, an inconvenient truth. For example, the wealthy and the powerful do not welcome change. Public opinion can and is easily manipulated by the media and social media and can distort news and information. So the timing and the open emergence of Maitreya is also dependent upon one more quite serious consideration. The free will of humanity. Each of us, each individual, must choose the correct step forward without any coercion by any member of the spiritual hierarchy or any spiritual teacher. This is Emergence News. Time to welcome into the studio John. It's been a rough week, John.
Hello, Nigel. Yes, it has. I'm not well. I'm not 100%. So I will struggle along quietly, not seeking sympathy or attention in the corner.
At least you haven't lost your voice. And Peter, welcome, sir. You're back from Wellington. You crossed the Cook Strait.
Yes, I did. Yes, I caught up with my grandson's birthday. He was 22 last week. So my son came down from Auckland as well. So
lovely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great, yeah.
I must admit, when I first heard that you'd travelled up to Wellington, I thought he's out of retirement again, John.
Oh, yeah. How did you cross the water, Peter? I thought vampires had trouble getting across the water.
Well, not on the plane, no.
Did they put your box in the hole, did they?
And back after 4 years, listeners, for those of you for those that are faithful Emergence News listeners, you'll be delighted to hear, after 4 years, former Emergence News broadcaster and co-founder, Shafia, welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's really lovely to be back here and be in the studio with you all again. It's a really honour to be here.
And it's lovely to hear that voice again.
Thank you.
Because you organised this program originally. You were the coordinator. It was your idea, wasn't it?
It was, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The radio show.
Yeah.
And just to wind the wheel back a little bit here, I remember when I first joined the meditation group, and every Monday, every fortnight, you would say to these two gentlemen at the end of meditation, now, I hope you guys have got yourselves organised for the radio show tomorrow. And you always got the same reply, didn't you? Oh, is it tomorrow? Oh, I'd forgotten.
That's right.
What are we going to talk about?
That's right, yeah. And of course, when we originally started, we started with Vicky, so there was four of us at the beginning.
In the studio, yeah, that's right.
And then she dropped out, and so there was three of us for a long time, and then you joined.
Yes.
And we used to take it in turns, didn't we?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you had already been up and running for about 12 months, 18 months when I arrived. And so I think I was sort of like, in broadcasting, I would have been termed the floater. So when somebody was unavailable, I'd sort of come in and fill the gap. Yes.
And now you're producing it, which is great. Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, here at the radio station, they've taught me how to press all the right buttons and record the program. So it means we can come into the into the studio here at Plains Media on a day and at a time that doesn't interrupt, particularly with your job, John. I remember, there was many a time we were in the recording studio there, and 10 minutes into the program, you'd hear trot, trot, trot down the hallway. John had been held up in a meeting.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're back from the UK. So you've been in the UK for what, 4 years?
4 years, yes. I'm here for 4 months. So,
lovely.
Yeah, to see my family. And, then I'll be back again and go back in the end of February. So.
And here in Christchurch, you've got 2 daughters?
2 daughters, yes, and 2 granddaughters as well, yeah.
So it'll be a special Christmas this year.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're delighted to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
On the last program, we were talking about signs.
Yes.
And signs of Maitreya's emergence and arrival. And we talked about all sorts of things, didn't we? Healing waters, the springs, Te Cloti water we talked about, John, and the fact that you've been taking the tablets for 17 years.
Yep.
Probably saved you, actually.
Hard to say, but I suspect so, yeah. It would appear, he said, looking for some wood to touch, it would appear that I have dodged the hereditary genetic condition that has absolutely decimated my family. So I'm the longest lived on both sides, apart from my own mother. So, Te Cloti water, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, the waters of life created by Maitreya, they work on restoring the natural energetic balance of the body. Cosmic energies of Aquarius with which waters have been charged strengthen the cellular structure of the body and act as a general tonic. It almost does not matter what the disease is. If your karma allows, the cure could take place. So why wouldn't you give it a go?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, in fact, Shafira and I were talking about this on the way in today. You can't avoid the karma. You can't avoid your karma. A master can possibly step in and palliate a little bit, but your karma is your karma. So Te Cloti water is not going to deflect your karma, but everything else, it's probably going to mop up for you. It's a really interesting process. And Krem has talked about it extensively. And it's going to be a key ingredient of moving forward for humanity. Krem has said it'll be a transition between our current modalities for health and I think, Peter, the science, the technology of light, isn't it?
Yes,
that'll be the next stage in healing, vibration and light, I think.
Certainly part of that, I think.
Yeah, so Te Cloti water, and if you go to the Share International website, there must be 3 or 4 places, Shafia. You've talked about getting it in the UK, Te Cloti water.
Yes, yeah, I get it.
So there's a number of places globally that will mail order you out Te Cloti water tablets. And I take 30C. What strength do you take, Shafia?
Same.
Yeah.
So 30C, which is a homeopathic strength. Krem has also said homeopathically potentizing it makes it more effective. So some clever Kiwi went to Te Cloti in Mexico, bought a bottle of water back, gave it to the Lincoln Mall Pharmacy in Auckland, which is a homeopathic pharmacy, and they potentize it into 6C and 30C tablets. And it's certainly the easiest way to take it. And I buy 10 bottles of tablets at a time. Mail order, they get delivered in a couple of days. So, yeah, I'm a devotee of the tablets.
And Shafia's another clever Kiwi.
Yep.
You stopped by in Germany.
I did.
On the way over.
On my way over, yes. And I was flying into Frankfurt, and I have a friend near there who lives just an hour away from the Nordernau, which is the famous German healing water place there.
Now, that is located in a cave, isn't it?
Yes, it's a hotel that they bought a hotel, and they found that there was 15 kilometres of slate mine underneath it. And they were looking for somewhere to store, I suppose alcohol and
so things that needed
like that.
Cold storage.
Yeah,
yep.
And they found this cave, and it had crosses of light in it, and that I think made him an look at what was going on, and so they got the water tested there, and it's 8% lighter than other water.
Yes, and apparently there's 2 German laboratories over there that have certified that.
Yes, they have, yeah.
And you, Peter, you were talking about that. So it's 8% lighter than normal water.
Yes, it's enlightened water.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And apparently the Teclote water is between 4 and 5%.
5%, yeah.
lighter.
So it's one of the most potent in of the wells that they've found. And if you go in there, there's like 100% humidity, so there's no, there can be no pathogens in there. Because of the humidity in there, and you're going in the cave's always dripping, and the water's covered, and they allow you to take the water free, but you have to pay to go in because so many people are going, and you all gather in a little antechamber, and then they pay somebody to take you in every half an hour.
So while you were in there, Shafia,
yeah,
was anybody asking how this water? Some of the visitors that were near you, did they question, or were they curious as to how this has happened?
Well, they have information in the antechamber.
And how do they explain that?
They explain. I don't know because it was in German, and because I knew, you see, so I didn't ask. But they do have quite a few testimonies there of people who have been cured, and many people go and stay in the hotel for weeks at a time. There's one guy who stayed there, I think, for 5 weeks and cured himself of, I think, a cancer, intestinal.
So taking the waters daily?
Well, I think it's the consistency, isn't it? So, I mean, we managed to come out with 8 litres they let us take out. And
you came out with 8 litres of water?
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you do with that?
I drank it. I was doing a workshop, and I, because of my health issues, sometimes I get really tired.
Yeah.
And it just sort of saw me through. I was sort of like gave me the energy to. Yeah, so I was really grateful for it.
Just for our listeners, Shafia's 126. So, Shafia, you've got every right to get tired.
Well, if Shafia's 126, then...
Don't look at the old guy in the corner.
The scientist in the corner, you still haven't worked out what era he comes from.
No.
Yes, one of those laboratories, Shafia, is the Ruhr... I got it translated into English. It's the Ruhr District of Hygiene. And it's a laboratory that examines and evaluates the quality of drinking water in Germany.
Yeah.
And they do the tests for swimming pools, surface water and groundwater.
Mm-hmm.
So they were well qualified to...
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Shafia, does anybody put the Nordeno water into tablet form or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can you get it elsewhere? Do you have to go to the spring? Is what I guess that's my question.
I think you have to go to the spring. Yeah. And people travel from all over the world. They have.
You would.
Like they do with Lakota, in Lakota and in Mexico as well. And of course we got wells in. I can't remember now all the different. There's Australia, China,
India,
yeah. And before I left to go to Britain, there was that place in one of the Cook Islands, or wasn't it? Do you remember?
Fiji.
There is a spring water in Fiji. And, there's always lines of people.
Yes, that's
and particularly effective because, of course, in the Pacific Islands. There's a condition with the eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's quite prevalent, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
And
but we don't know if that's a Maitreya healing spring.
We don't.
Well, that's not been confirmed, but
No.
I mean, he did say 777 wells will be around the world.
Yeah.
And I think before he died, Benjamin Krem said 240 had been activated. So,
oh wow!
So,
okay.
But not all of them had been discovered. So, yeah.
That's right. Laying dormant at the moment.
Yes.
Until the human beings discover the location.
Yes. Yeah,
yes. But it sounds like there's at least a handful, Peter, that have been discovered and perhaps...
That's right. Yes, I was wondering, Maitreya did make an appearance in Wellington at one stage, and I was wondering if there was one somewhere there.
Yes, because it coordinates with him appearing, doesn't it, somewhere in places. So, he has appeared quite a lot of places around the world. So.
That appearance in New Zealand, in Wellington, was that to a group of people or was it
Yes, I think
on
it was
the
to a
highway,
religious group. That's what he was appearing to all around the world was to various religions, whether they were Muslim or Christian or, Hindu, whatever. and he would appear in whatever garb was acceptable to the people that were there, and talk to them for 20 minutes or so.
Yes. Yeah.
And often created a spring there that was enlightened water.
Yes. So we haven't found it yet, but I don't know that we found it, have we?
It's really exciting moving from the Pisces age into the Aquarian age, and with the emergence, this gradual emergence of Maitreya. It's really exciting what's happening. You know, like at our place, we live in North Canterbury.
Yeah.
I drove home on Tuesday evening, and I got home, it was about 7:20 in the evening, and I got up to the gate, and outside the boy's bedroom, my grandson's bedroom, was a pattern of light. So I dashed into the cottage, and Lily was busy cooking, and I said, "You just need to put everything here on hold for a minute or two. I want to take you outside." And usually I can't interrupt Lily when she's cooking, but this time her intuition was piqued. So she turned everything off, and she came outside, and she went, "Ooh,
Yes.
I know what this is."
Yeah.
And so I took some photos, and I sent the photos to you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Can I just give you an example as well?
another pattern of light.
Yeah, another pattern of light. I've been meditating, doing transmission meditation with a member of Benjamin Crem's group, who lives about an hour away from me in Wales. And she was a regular attender with Benjamin Crem in his group in London. And they've had patterns of light appear on the wood in their garden. And so she sent me photos as well. So it seems to be that they seem to appear with people who are connected to the work. But they do appear anywhere, I think, as well, don't they? You know, but
Yes.
often, yeah. So
Yes, well, there are examples of, especially in America, there's some fantastic photos of buildings just covered in these
Yes.
patterns of light.
yes, and they can't find a light source particularly, can they? That's
No.
where they come from. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we think ours is coming from the sun hitting the window on the cottage and then reflecting the pattern onto the cladding of the main house. And you know what I'm talking about there, Peter, because you did a bit of work out at our place.
Yeah, that's right.
The boys, the grandsons, by the way, are most curious.
Yeah, it would be. I remember watching that movie, The Bridge, and it's connecting the Denmark with Sweden. And in one of the episodes there, they come around the corner and there's these patterns of light there. And it was just sort of bypassed, you know, like it was just sort of normal. But there's a whole wall full of these absolutely amazing lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just incredible.
It is incredible. There are so many signs there. Unfortunately, we don't always take notice of them. It's the same with, as you were going to say, about the crop circles. There's very little interest, really. You never see them. You know, we have.
I guess unless the farmer reports it.
Unless the farmer reports, but we never see it in the media. You know, I mean, there've been 12, I think, that have been, you know, confirmed this year in the UK, and I've never seen any.
Not in the mainstream media whatsoever. In fact,
no.
if it wasn't for that group of people that fly over them and take really good photos, you wouldn't know that they were existing, and yet they're an absolute phenomenon.
They are. They're incredible. And I went to stay with my sister near Tenbury Wells, and I was walking down this road, and I saw this field. And I thought I could see this pattern in there, and I went in, and I'm pretty sure it was a crop circle, and because I was looking at all the signs, which is sort of, you know, the corn is not broken,
It's folded over,
and it's got the bloom on it,
Yeah.
and it's all sort of very neatly done, and there's no sort of footprints around it, and but I couldn't see it because you have to be high enough to be able to see if it is a pattern. But I was pretty sure it was, so I was looking to see if anybody had reported it, but they hadn't. So
Yes, because on a recent, just speaking of unexplained phenomena, of course, Peter, when you used to live in Prebleton, you used to see some interesting sights in the night sky.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I mean, I still see the Maitreya star, and, you know, because it's right down the end of the drive, so I just look up the drive there. There it is. I say, "Greetings, brothers," and it starts doing the change of colours and does the dance for me. Absolutely unbelievable. And because I talk to other people and they say, oh, yeah, ho-hum, silly old bugger.
Yeah.
But your wife and your brother-in-law were both quite stunned when they took time to come out and have a look.
Yeah, because they were both, a
little sceptical.
Yeah, doubting Thomases from way back. But they started telling me in an excited voice about it. I said, yes, I know about them.
Over the last few years that you've been based in the UK, what's been your observation politically, socially, economically, in regard to the change of times, the signs of the times?
Well, I think the most exciting thing for me that's happening at the moment is, and it doesn't look very exciting to the outsider, because Jeremy Corbyn was, who's a real sort of left-wing socialist. He's starting a new party. He's starting it so that they're doing sort of all these regional assemblies all around the country, and people are actually choosing what they want to on the manifesto. They are deciding it. They are going to be the ones who deliver it. And so he's starting this sort of new way of being, because politics in Britain has become very sort of hierarchical, and you don't get to choose who you want to stand for. They put the politicians in. So everything's going to be done by the people. But they've had a very shambolic start, and so they're not being taken very seriously at the moment. Because I think, democracy's messy and people are messy, aren't they? I mean, we make things so complicated.
Yeah.
And so I think there's, trying this new way of being, but it's actually igniting the country and, around the world on the grassroots level.
What about protests?
Protests are very big, yes, and especially around, what's happening in the Middle East. And also... Yeah, the far-right stuff, people are going out and sort of complaining about that. There's a lot of anti-immigrant stuff going on at the moment. A lot of talk of war. We're not defended enough. We need to put more in our military, All this, it's a global thing, isn't it, really? This sort of polarisation that we're experiencing.
It's a real trend, isn't it, John?
It's oligarchy, I think, pulling strings.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the British political system because here in New Zealand we hold it up as an example. But really it's a two-party system.
Yeah.
All right? Two-party system, same as what we've got here in New Zealand, and lo and behold, the same system in America, where really it doesn't matter who you're voting for, you're going to get the same thing. And that's because the political systems globally are owned by oligarchy. And so I watched an interview recently with a journalist who said, the UK is a really right-wing country. And the audience went, oh, but actually he's quite correct that corporate interests control the economic and social political life of the common person in the UK. Exactly the same as is done in the United States of America.
Yeah.
In fact, they are really closely aligned in their political economic model, and that is the wealth is constantly shunted to a very small minority.
That's right. We were talking on the way in, but the thing that's, I think, helpful at the moment is that we're seeing it. It's really out in the open. It's blatant. Yeah. The gloves are off, and so, we've got to be able to see it before we can put it right, haven't we?
Yes, and it is very overt in America as well, the collapse of democracy.
Yes.
And of course, and we'll talk about that in the next time we do Emergence News, because we've just about run out of time, folks. But, just to finish on signs, anything else anyone in the room here would like to mention that you've noticed or observed lately? Any change? People power?
People power, but also the youth power. In Britain, it's amazing. It's amazing. Some of the young people that are coming up are absolutely fantastic. And I think that's...
talented.
So talented and so committed, definitely. And they'll probably be our saviours,